Hey, it's Sonji. Listen, I first hope that you're having a great week. But I'd be remiss if I did not say that if you're not having a great week, I completely understand why. See, the recent tragedies of brutality against Black people has not just opened our eyes as a community, it has a lot of people in other communities around us grieving in absolute awe with regard to what to do next. And as someone who works in corporate America, I think as a Black professional, it has presented to me as being even more difficult of how to navigate these times and still remain professional. But what I've quickly realized is one of the keys to remaining professional in times like this is leading with courage. Now, leading with courage might actually put many of us in some very uncomfortable spaces. And that in itself is one of the most courageous feats of our time. To be in a space where your voice might be amongst the dissenting or the minority is in fact leading with courage. It's even more courageous to stand before those who might not agree with you and actually speak for causes that empower and improve the human condition. Now, I'm not asking you to change world hunger, solve age-old issues, but I am, if you are in fact a leader, asking you to find the courage to have some of the most difficult conversations that you might be faced with in your career. Those conversations might be with coworkers who sit in a place of privilege that has forced them to a level of misunderstanding that needs to be shifted. That might be sitting in a place of leadership where you see policies and practices that don't give way to inclusion and equity. It also might be that you take the courage to step away from having to be the voice at all times, taking care of yourself, nurturing your well-being, your mental and physical health. That too takes courage. So as someone who unfortunately has had to make some difficult decisions this week, one of them that I do not regret is leading with courage. You might be faced with making a decision about a new role or a job that gives you the opportunity to experience financial freedom, but when you look closer, it actually compromises the integrity and commitment to advocacy of raising concerns about the voices that often go muted. I've had to make difficult decisions like that in the last few weeks. And what I'm here to tell you as someone who has, you are leading with courage. It might not be popular. In all honesty, it might not feel good. But the reality is, it's worth it. To change the suffering of others, it's worth it. To improve how others experience life and work and play, it's worth it. So if there's one thing that I would ask you to do this week, it's to find those opportunities where perhaps others are avoiding the leadership that's necessary. I'm asking you to lead with courage. And even in the face of some of your biggest fears, perhaps some of the most powerful people, I'm asking you to step back and consider, what if your voice goes unheard? What if the idea that you need to share is not shared? You very well could be the answer to some of the issues that we're all dealing and facing with right now. Lead with courage. Be the voice that people need to hear, no matter how uncomfortable it might be. I want to say thank you in advance. I want to say that I support you in your decisions that you have to make to preserve your own well-being and safety. Psychological safety is so important in these times. Making sure that you're in spaces where you are affirmed and not excluded, where you are empowered and not overshadowed. That's a commitment I ask you to make to yourself. And in the midst of it all, find reason to continue to lead with courage.